I guess at the end of the day, you would consider this to be a pretty frightening building.
This building was so noteworthy that when I first walked into this place, right? Like, that was like a girl sing-songy type.
Yes.
It was
right?
it was a
Ask again.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yes.
That is
Right.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
but
I know that came on the cameras.
Yeah.
No, that
It
was.
had to have.
I know you guys picked that up.
Oh my gosh. Is there any girls' rooms over here?
I mean, there's Inez.
Oh my God, we're right by her room.
It sounded like it came behind
that
you.
was like a little girl.
That.
Wow.
Jesus. So, another thing.
Uh-huh.
This doll here, this was in the Velisca house for 15 years. Like this
Really?
doll right here. So this is also the same room where Ginger jumped off that table that's right here. So, I mean, guys.
That's
what the
insane
hell
that we
was
just heard
that?
that.
That was audible as hell.
Yeah.
Like clear as
Yeah, that was
day.
definitely there. It was just like,
Oh my God. I mean,
And it came from over here.
welcome, I guess. I don't know what to say like to you guys, but yeah. Again, like this building was so significant that when I first walked in, we had experienced more in the first 2 hours than we had in the last 2 years. Now this is my job, like to film and document just weird stuff, right? So this building threw me for a loop and I was obsessed with it from that point on.
All haunted places have a story to tell. It can be tragic, it can be scary, and it can be very dangerous. This is Colin Browen, and these are the Paranormal Files.
Over 100 deaths. A little girl who took her own life. A doll so haunted that it has to be protected by items blessed by the Pope himself. The spirit of a murderer who appears as a shadow and chases people from the building. A hallway covered in real human blood, but no one knows the crime and no one knows where the blood came from. And reports of extremely violent, frightening paranormal activity. Welcome to Malvern Manor in Malvern, Iowa. Today we are here in the great state of Iowa investigating this notorious building behind me, what once was a hotel, then a mental health treatment facility, even a halfway house of sorts. So many people have died here, 168 in that ballpark. All of those souls have passed through these halls, many of them never left. There are even bloodstains in the building left over from a crime that was never even recorded. They don't know why the blood appeared on the walls, but it's there. And tonight, we are here with Courtney.
Hello.
Mary.
Hi.
Courtney, my fiance.
Yes.
Mary, my mother.
Hi.
And Jeff is inside. I'm telling you, we recorded interviews earlier today. They were some of the most insane interviews we've ever done, and paranormal activity during the interviews. It's been absolutely insane. We are so excited to step inside that door and begin this investigation. It is a massive building. It is June 2021. And in this special, we are going to be exploring the demons and the ghosts of the notoriously haunted Malvern Manor. Welcome to the Paranormal Files, right as a car drives by. Yeah, let's just do this. Here we go. As the sign says, welcome to Malvern Manor.
Hey guys, my name is Josh Hurd. I am the curator here at what we call Malvern Manor. This building itself was constructed, we know, in the mid-1800s. Then by the late 1800s was in full swing as a hotel, pretty much the place to be in the area. Ran as a hotel all the way up until the 1950s, and at that time it kind of takes an odd turn and becomes what we would consider to be more of like a nursing home type of setting. The nursing home doesn't last very long, and in the 70s it becomes then what I consider to be more of a group home, servicing any form of mental disorder you could possibly imagine. And it ran as such, guys, all the way up until 2005. So it really wasn't that long ago, and this building was still in full swing. So guys, we can cruise on in, and I can show you around.
Awesome.
So as far as like history and death and all of that stuff that kind of is the antecedent of what we would consider to be like a haunting, right? We do know at this time, as we record this right now, there are 187 deaths on property. That includes numerous things. We know back in like the early 1900s, there was an outbreak of diphtheria. Dozens of people lost their lives due to that. People had to actually be quarantined to this building, which was interesting. We also know of at least 6 or 7 different suicides that happened on property. It's interesting, like just this room that we're standing in right now, like weddings have been held in this room. Funerals have been held in this room. It is a very multi-purpose building. And we also know that, I mean, this room also used to double as a gentleman's parlor where guys would sit around and they would sip their whiskey and smoke their stogies and talk about God knows what. But I mean, this building was very multi-purpose, that's for sure.
Any murders in the building?
As far as murders, we don't know for sure. We do know of one gentleman who was pushed out of a window upstairs, where he landed just out front there where we just kind of were chatting, where we first met. Whether that gentleman died or not, I can't find any record of, so I don't know.
He was shoved from a window.
He was pushed out the window.
That's brutal.
It's pretty intense, that's for sure.
And so it was the hotel first. Can you talk about the Villisca connection?
So it is interesting, right? So there is a very odd connection between us and the Villisca Axe Murder House. What that connection is, we're not quite sure of. Johnny over at the Villisca House, one of my best friends, him and I have had numerous conversations, those really weird late night conversations at 3 a.m., you know, where we've talked about this and we've kind of wondered, like back in, you know, 1912? It was 1912 when the Villisca Axe murders happened. Back in 1912, this building was the place to be. This was kind of the place to be in the area. It is quite feasible that whoever murdered the people in Villisca could have stayed here a night or two before, maybe even after. It's even feasible that the actual Villisca Axe murderers themselves were plotted here, you know, in this building, within these walls. It's really crazy, like directly out this front door. The train tracks are 200 yards away from us. This was people coming and going all the time. So it is feasible. Like, we just don't know.
Because Villisca is only a 40-minute drive?
40-minute drive from here. So, I mean, by rail, hour and a half, maybe, I don't know. But yeah.
Interesting.
It's close enough, that's for sure.
So why don't we move into another room? Why don't you take us to a creepy or like a hot spot in the building?
Let's cruise down this way, guys, and I'll tell you some stuff.
Okay, Curtis Ricky, I've owned the place. I've been owning it for about 5 years. Some experience. This is Gracie's room. She was a paranoid schizophrenic with multiple personalities. The first thing after we bought this place that we caught was in this room, and it scared me to death. This room was locked up, and we had a recorder in here on her chair right over here, and all of a sudden you hear a big voice come through and says, "Hello," and it just freaked me out. And from then on forward, it's just, I had to buy the place.
Really? So this was the experience
that was my first paranormal experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that 5 years ago?
Yep, that's 5 years ago.
And it's just gotten more intense?
More and more intense, constantly intense.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe they like me. I don't know. But I couldn't tell you. There's so many different spirits running around here. We get new stuff all the time.
And so that was your big experience in this room?
In this room, yes.
Anything else?
We got a picture of a thermal camera of her sitting in this wheelchair right here.
Is this a wheelchair that has relevance to who she was?
When we took over this place, we left everything just the way it was. So this was her chair right here.
Really?
This was her bed, her chair. This was her room.
So you haven't changed anything?
Nothing. People have moved stuff around, but this is hers.
Wow, that's great. And what about the dolls? Is that stuff you brought in?
That's people just leave them here.
Wow.
Yep, and then, you know, we've had balls move on the floor. K2s go crazy, EVPs, REM pods, everything's gone off in this room. This is one of everybody. They like this room because nothing bad ever happens.
Wow.
And she really likes the male figures in this room. She's not too happy with the females. She likes the males in this room.
It's not good news for you two over there.
Oh, we're ready.
Well, you want to do Shadow Man's hallway?
Sure.
Okay, take us there. This place is massive.
It doesn't look that big from the outside, but once you get in here, it's
Wow.
really big. So this is the Shadow Man hallway. I always call this the evil hallway, and that's the good hallway, because those 2 rooms down there are actually rented out by a local funeral parlor, and there's used coffins in this room over here. We catch the shadow guy running across here. He's run up on people, slamming at doors, knocking, all kinds of things here. My experience here was, I was sitting here with the laser grid, and I had my back turned to it, and sure enough, I hear a knock and then footsteps running up on me. I'm like, nope, out of here. And then I went running down the hallway, and my wife was laughing at me at the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
And who do people think this Shadow Man might be?
After paranormal lockdown, Josh got an email from a nurse that used to work here. And she says that there was a guy in that room who didn't speak. He was like 6'5", 6'6", and it's a big shadow that you catch. And he was here for murder, but he was mentally unstable, so he couldn't go to jail. They had a order that if this guy started running at you, you were to drop everything and run to the kitchen, because he would stop at the hallway and go back.
Really?
Yes.
And that's like a confirmed story from a nurse.
Confirmed story from a nurse who worked there.
Wow.
So we're thinking it's his spirit that's over here.
That's crazy. What a cool way to corroborate.
Yeah, and
everything.
we didn't know nothing about it until she seen it on Paranormal Lockdown with Nick Groff.
Wow. Are the coffins still in that room?
Yeah, but you can't get in there.
And that's still currently being rented?
Yes.
Wow. That's an eerie location for a funeral home to rent.
Oh, yeah.
a room
Well, the
in.
funeral home's around the street, so.
Really? Wow.
And also, the director was here one day cleaning out the rooms, and the guy who built this was Captain Color, okay? And I came in to introduce myself, and here was a picture sitting in the hallway. I'm like, what's that? And she's like, well, you should know that's the guy who built it, Captain Color. I said, $20 off your rent if you let me have that picture. Sure, no problem. It's just sitting there doing nothing anyway. So it's sitting in the main hallway.
Really? Captain Color?
Yep.
What a cool name.
Yep, built this place back in the 1880s.
Wow. So this is kind of an area people don't like to go to.
No, they like to because they want to be chased by the Shadow Man.
Well, I mean, I should say it's more of a powerful kind of negative feeling.
Yes.
What do you think is the most negative part of the building?
Attic.
The attic.
Attic.
And why?
There's just something up there.
Is there any theories?
Don't know. We've caught multiple things up there. People have been scratched up there, footsteps, knocking, dragging. A board got tossed across the attic one night.
Really?
Yeah.
Any history up there?
There was a guy, Clinton Brown, who there's the nurse's station over there, and his name's over there, but he died in a lightning fire upstairs. So we think he's up there. And there's another one. We brought a doll in here one time, which I told Josh not to do, but he brought it in here anyway. And ever since then, there's somebody running around here, and he calls himself number 1. And he's nasty.
Really?
Yep. And we have a geoport, and we've gotten in arguments over the geoport with him. Told me to fuck off. And I'm like, watch your mouth. You let the other spirits do with him because he was oppressing them. And he's like, bring God. I said, okay, I'll bring God. I insure the Sisters of Notre Dame, and I've been blessed at the Vatican, so I'll bring God all day long. And he hasn't talked to me since.
Really?
Yep.
And this is an entity that's running around saying
Yes.
number 1.
He's number 1.
And that's a kind of an oppressive feeling.
Mm-hmm. Like he's the boss.
And that's just all throughout the building?
All throughout the building.
Our building, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Any other experiences you've had in this area?
Down at that end over there, we had Kelly Miller was here. She's a psychic medium. And we had a bus tour here of 40 people. And the story in that room is a lady used to stay in there. She thought she was ugly. She had OCD, all kinds of things, and she started pulling her hair out in the room, and she'd stand in front of the mirror all day. Well, the door was shut, and earlier in that day, it kept opening up, and I yelled out, open the door, meds are ready, open the door, click, and the door opened up, right in front of 40 people.
Really?
Yep, I got it on my phone if you want to see it later.
I would love to. Can we walk over on camera
Sure.
so you can show me the door?
Yep.
Wow. I think it's so cool that you guys left all the
Just left
stuff
it
how
right
it
the way it
was.
was. This one right here.
Really? This is a big door too. To just open.
You can hear it click.
And so this then would be the original mirror
Original mirror.
that she would stand and
Yes.
stare into.
In this room, you will, first time we was here, caught a body odor smell because she didn't bathe.
Really?
So I'm like, God, do I stink?
I kind of got a smell of that when I walked in.
There you go.
Really?
I really did. I swear.
Yeah, I don't smell anything.
I smell
right
it.
Okay, so, yeah. And I was asking, I'm like, who didn't shower? Everybody's like, I don't stink. And it's like, sure enough, that's what it was.
now. Yeah, we showered today before we came.
Not us.
Wow.
Interesting.
So what I want to ask is deaths. How many people died in this building?
There's with the medical records and things like, there's been hundreds of deaths here and suicides.
Really? And what kind? Are there any like notable cases of?
Notable case was once back in the early 1900s when it was a hotel. The boiler blew up and blew a guy up with it.
Really? Down and there's a basement.
Yeah, there's a basement here too.
Because we live in Texas and it's
You
like-
gotta have it for tornadoes.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah.
We got 2 basements here.
Really?
One's a storm side and one's just a work site.
And can we go in the basement?
Sure you can.
Oh, that
Whenever you
would be
want.
awesome.
What the shelter side is muddy. Just it's because there's no concrete or anything, so just get ready for it.
Okay. Well, you want to go to the other room we were talking about?
Sure. We'll
Okay.
go look at Hank.
Cool. Lead the way.
Oh, remember I said good hallway? This used to be rented out by the church society. There's church pews here. So coffins, church pews.
What a dichotomy right there.
Yeah. Bye, Gracie.
Hi, Gracie.
See you later.
Again, I'm not sure if Kurt mentioned this. Everything in this place is exactly the way we found it. We haven't touched anything. Now, of course, we've put up little historical references and things like that here on the walls, updated the fire suppression system. Other than that, like what you see is what we saw when we first walked in here. This area here, guys, is by far my least favorite section of the whole place. And that's due to what we call the shadow man phenomenon, right? So usually it's all the way down this very long hallway. And it's the last room on the right-hand side, but a very tall, black, humanoid figure will come out of room number 2. He will turn and then run at people who are standing, generally in this area here. Now, what's interesting is it's traveling the distance of roughly 40 feet in less than a second. It is moving that fast. So your reaction is a very primal one. It is very, very fight or flight type of thing. I'm gonna close this door real quick because the birds are just killing me. It's weird. Anyway. So interestingly enough now, we have been able to observe this, right? We've been able to document this up to and including 4 times in a day. So it's fairly significant when this happens. Now again, interesting to me is nobody's getting hit, scratched, punched. None of that crap is happening. Your emotional response is what is the most terrifying. That is for sure. But it may be like suggesting something residual or something on playback, maybe. The problem is we're unable to figure out any antecedent, right? Time of day doesn't seem to matter, weather patterns, even moon phases. Like we're trying everything that we can. We have no idea why this is happening, it just does. So
That's crazy.
I don't even vacuum back here, okay?
Really?
I hate it that much, I really do. I really do.
What's your strongest experience here in this part of the building?
So, in this part of the building, like I wanted to see what would happen if we didn't react physically. If we don't react, if we don't flinch, if we don't scream and wet our pants and run, what's going to happen if we just stand up to the Shadow Man, right? And I stood exactly where you are for about 4.5 hours one evening, begging for this to happen. I'm the only one in the building. Finally, this did happen to me. I did not run, I will say that, but I still flinched pretty good, actually. I flinched pretty good. So that was one of the more terrifying things for me here in this area, for sure. I'm also kind of like kicking myself in the butt because I know I have to do this experiment again at some point whenever I get the guts enough to do it. So.
So that wing also is still rented by a funeral home.
Correct. So rooms 1 and 2 are rented out for storage space, and it's overflow storage for the funeral home that's just a block away at the top of the hill. Those rooms were actually rented. That contract was in place when we acquired the building, so we just kept that contract in place, thinking, you know, if the business flops, we could still keep the lights on, you know what I mean, and still have our little paranormal playground here, right? But yeah, so it is interesting, the things that are in the room that are kind of adding to the ambiance of the place without people even realizing it, honestly. So it's very odd.
So of all the deaths in here, what was the biggest reason why people died? Because that's a lot of deaths. Over
It is a
100.
lot, right? And I would also suggest that the majority of these people were expiring while this place was probably running as a nursing home, most likely. It's almost, not to sound callous or anything like that, but I mean, if you are in a nursing home, I mean, it's almost expected, like you are going to probably be living out your final days within that building. And I think that was kind of what was going on here, honestly.
Wow. So, I guess let's go to another location in here.
Okay.
I think maybe the doll.
Let's go check out the doll.
Okay.
We'll go do that.
I want to see the doll.
This would be Ginger.
We'll go to Hank first. Okay. Hank's room. Hank, you're an asshole. This is Hank's room. He was a local resident in Malvern. He was the kind of guy who would tell you to get off his lawn. Just a grumpy old man. He used to literally sit on the front porch here and throw rocks at kids as they went by. Okay. First time here, we had an event, and I came up here and they said that they were talking to him through a spirit box for like 20 minutes. And I'm thinking, bullshit. There's no way. So I said, okay, Hank, if you're here, call me a f***head. Click, click, click. Okay, f***head. Just like that through the spirit box.
Wow.
Over multiple channels, so you knew it wasn't the radio. Yeah, and he hates swimming, so when you guys are here, have fun with it.
All right.
But again, he'll walk away, he'll be pissy. Also, they left his clothes here.
This is his actual
His
clothing.
clothes, and somebody hung up his clothes over here. These are his clothes. They even had, I don't know if they've got them anymore. They found fingernail clippings in here. Yep.
Oh. Wow, that is insane.
So he used to keep his fingernail clippings.
Any reason why he was so angry? Just kind
Could
of,
be dementia. Dementia
Yeah.
people get grumpy.
wow.
Yep. But we also asked him, how old are you? He was 87. Sure enough, he was 87 when he died.
Crazy.
So yeah, we picked up things like Get Out of Here, Spirit Box, not Spirit Box, the, what's the one that does the stick figures?
SLS.
SLS. We had Short Bus Tours was here, SLS, and they said, we got him. They mapped him out, and I'm downstairs. So I come upstairs, come in there, I said, hey Hank, I know you don't like me, take a swing. And sure enough, right across my face.
Really?
Yep.
Punched.
And you hear a friend of mine was there, never been here before, and she loved it. She's like, oh my God, he did.
So really grumpy guy.
Grumpy old guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
What else do people, anything physical in here?
Scratching, pushings. Again, get out. You'll hear voices, get out. You hear stuff in the bathroom behind you, rattling, knocking, things like that.
Here.
And he really gets mad when you mess with his clothes. Because that's his stuff. Don't mess with my stuff.
Wow. Well, next room.
Next room, I'm not going to take the attic, it's too hot, but we'll go to Inez's room, who's the celebrity around here.
Okay.
This is where we keep Ginger. So Ginger actually came with the building. Not quite sure why she decides to move around and all that stuff, but it is fascinating. She has moved rooms before, and when I say like moved rooms, I mean physically she is not where we left her before. She's feet away. So she'll also move within the case and all of that stuff, but the reason why she's in the case is one evening actually we had a group that was here. They went live on Facebook, and as they were doing their investigation, they were kind of commenting or whatever, saying, oh yeah, it's been kind of a quiet night, certain things have happened here and there, and then you hear this god-awful scream because Ginger jumps off this little table that she was on, and she doesn't just fall, which is interesting to me, because normally she would just fall over, topple over. And in this instance, it looks as if she jumps off. She lands on her feet. Her feet being porcelain, they naturally shatter. So it took a little bit of time to get her put back together again. And then the second we did that, she went right into the case. So the activity with her is so significant that we actually had to reach out to the Vatican. And they were kind enough to send us this holy water. They also sent us this very beautiful rosary as well. So, but she just stays in the case. Now she will move within the case. She will put herself in very unladylike type positions as well. I kind of go by the Ed and Lorraine Warren kind of method where I do not put my skin on her. So I have this, gloves and things like that I will use to then move her back into position. So
Can we take her out of the case tonight?
if you'd like to,
I would love to.
you can absolutely take her out of the
Wow.
case. Yep, for sure.
And what do you think is the entity attached to the doll?
If it were me, like if I were a betting man, I would suggest that the entity attached to this doll is also the same entity that refers to himself as number one, who is not a very kind customer around here. That is for sure.
And what do you think number one, who is it?
I don't know exactly a who. I do know that it's usually a really gruff, gravelly male voice that's associated with number one. But I will also suggest that every case study that I have ever read on any of this stuff, any spirit referring to themselves as a number is never a good thing necessarily. So
Really? Why do you say that?
generally it would suggest something more demonic in nature. I really hate throwing out the D word because I do think that it's kind of overused, certain times. But I mean, every case study that I've read, it generally tends to be something like that.
So whatever's attached to this doll is a negative presence.
I would definitely suggest it's negative, for sure.
And what's the biggest, when we do investigate it, what's the most common, I should say, thing that happens to people?
So what you will encounter with number one is something that I've never encountered before here, and that is,
Oh, did you hear that?
what was that? Like a footstep or something, right?
Was it a pop?
Yeah,
Like a pop? Or...
that was loud as
That was weird. Mm-hmm. Was that down the hallway?
Yeah.
Like
can't-
towards
yeah.
my studio?
Yeah.
Down there.
Boy, can't wait to sleep tonight.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah,
very weird.
what the people will encounter.
So yeah, like what people will encounter or whatever is usually, let's say hypothetically, you're doing like a spirit box session or a general EVP session. What you'll get is you're having a conversation basically with the spirit, and then they'll say, "Oh, he's coming, he's here," and then activity will flatline. You will not hear anything else, and then here he comes, and then it's usually a lot of scare tactics is what I like to call it, basically. He's going to want you to run out of this place. I think he's going to get his jollies off if that happens.
Really?
So don't run. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Right.
And Jeff, are you okay over there? You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm just the son.
I
Yeah.
thought you were
Beaming
getting
me in the eyes there. No, yeah, no. I'm good.
But you guys were talking in here, and can you explain what happened with this clown?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Josh was showing me this clown, and it's from Villisca.
That's correct.
Ex-murder house. That
Correct.
My buddy Johnny
Yeah.
gave you that. And this is actually a copy that
Mhm.
one of your friends found in a store in Omaha as
Right.
a joke kind of thing.
As
But
a joke, right.
as he showed me that, I touched it, and I literally had like electricity come through me, like and it's warm in here like now, and my hairs were just on end, and I had you could see it, Josh, and I have a little bit now. I mean, literally, look at this.
Yeah.
My God,
Yeah.
there's something here for me.
Yeah.
I touched that again. Look at this.
Look at that.
I'm telling
Because you just
Look at
touched.
this.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Hold your
I
arm out, hold your
feel
arm
like
out. Let me see this.
totally there's something going on for me here.
Hold up, stay
Look at
still.
both.
Wow. Hold
I
up.
mean, it has to be in this spot right now where we're standing. It's got to be what, upper 70s,
Wow.
probably.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
warm.
I mean,
It's hot.
I'm just totally. That's why I told you earlier. I'm
Yeah.
coming back in here. Something.
It was the same effect.
It's exactly the
This is
same.
the same effect.
I mean, you can't just
What
fake
is going on
goosebumps.
No.
here?
That's a literal
Absolutely.
physical
My
response.
gosh, yeah. And the closer I get to that is what I feel.
What do
I
you-
mean, maybe take this along with you guys too. Like maybe that would elicit some kind of a response tonight, like on the
Yeah.
investigation.
wow.
And I don't know if it's potentially the doll,
I don't know.
but I didn't touch it this time. So I don't know. But yeah, that's exactly what happened to us.
Wow.
I did
There
it
you
again.
go.
To just
And you did exactly what you just. I mean, you
I
barely
did.
poked
I
it,
did
and then
touch it,
here, yeah. So
So to end this portion of the interview, this doll is so haunted that you had to protect it with a blessed rosary and holy water, blessed by the Pope himself.
correct. That is correct.
And people don't really mess with it.
Not really. No. Not at all, actually. So this will be interesting. It'll be
Really?
an interesting.
People just
little,
don't.
No, not really. Again, you guys are more than welcome to use this, in some
Wow.
way. So I'm all about it.
Make sure.
And you said also that the doll was just found here?
The doll was here. What's interesting about it, and I was telling you as well, like earlier, but we had another doll here named Rose. Rose was not our property. Rose was given to us, right? Rose supposedly was a haunted doll. And Rose would move rooms and things like that. Very similar behavior as to Ginger over here, right? The family contacted me, wanted Rose back. No problem. Coincidentally, the day they came and grabbed Rose, right? 30 minutes later, the group checks in for the night. It was the same group that then captured this on camera jumping off the thing. So
Really?
did the spirit that inhabited Rose jump? I don't know how any of this works. You know what I mean? Like none of us really do. But is it possible? Sure, of course. Like I have no idea. It's coincidental if nothing else. It's very odd. So
Wow, that's crazy.
And these are all just other kind of trinkets and...
these are things that I have found around the house. These all come from the crawl space up in the attic area. The attic is interesting because we hear a lot of growling and scratching and disembodied voices and blah, blah, blah. But me, being as analytical as I am, I thought it was probably a family of raccoons or something like that, right? So I've been back in through those crawl spaces 8 different times so far, looking for carcass, droppings, anything to suggest something is or was alive. And these are the only items that I've found. So, crushed up packs of, cigarettes and old beer cans, a tobacco pouch, old keys, things like that, a receipt from 1948. I mean, just very odd things here and there. Nothing suggesting an animal, though, yet. I will say.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, want to head to another hotspot?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Take us away.
Oh, boy.
Okay, this hallway is Inez. And her room is down here. This is Inez's room. Okay? All these toys are not hers, okay? Investigators come and bring her toys and things like that. She was a 12-year-old little girl. Her headstone's up at Malvern Cemetery. She, back in the late 1800s, she died in 1899. Back in those days when you got a divorce, she went and lived with aunt and uncle who had money and things like that. Well, she came and lived with uncle, was outside playing with her brother Otto. Mom says she was going to come get him. She goes, I'd rather kill myself. Well, sure enough, she comes in, hung herself with a jump rope.
In here.
We don't know if it's in here or somewhere right around here,
But
but in this town around here.
hung herself with the jump
with
rope.
the jump rope.
Wow.
Yep.
That is sad.
Yes.
Man.
Otto found her, went to get uncle. There was a doctor there at the same time, so they came to try and revive her, couldn't do it. And sure enough, the doctor, a month later, he committed suicide.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Up here, again, the little girl voices. I've been touched up here, pushed up here. We've caught over the digital recorder. My daughter was here with me. She says, how old are you? 12. You picked it up. We've caught a shadow in the TV right there of a little girl standing in here. And we'll show you the doll later. A group got the doll that's downstairs, that's very possessed, and we had it on this table, and it's a porcelain doll. So if it would have fallen over, it would have fell on its head. It jumped over all these other animals and landed on its feet on the floor.
That is absolutely crazy.
Yep. And that's out on YouTube.
Wow.
They were doing Facebook Live, and all of a sudden it jumps and you hear it scream, and they smack the doll away. And, oh yeah, it was very cool.
And so it's her spirit.
It's her spirit that's
that
here.
people have identified.
Yes. Yeah.
Did she spend time here?
She had somewhere around here.
Wow.
But I don't know if this is a portal, a gathering area,
Yeah.
whatever, but they're all coming here.
Crazy.
And Josh's brother, who you'll see later, James, they had a little relation going on back and forth, and he would see her standing in the window here, and he lived up the street, up where that blue car is. Mm-hmm. He'd look down here, and he'd see her standing in the window.
Huh.
One time he seen a huge shadow thing coming over the entire building.
What? Like a cloud?
Like a demonish thing or whatever.
Wow.
He actually was on another show, and they said he was actually possessed by something, and they got rid of it by saying some type of prayer. It was on Travel Channel, but he was on there.
So there's a lot of dark energy.
There's a lot of good energy, and there's a lot of dark energy.
But it just seems like there's a lot of obviously with the mental health place, you're gonna have that kind of.
Yes.
People don't want to be dark, but that kind of
no
energy
choice.
is very lashing out.
Yep.
And
We're the conservative for a guy who's got alcohol fetal syndrome. He's 65. Me and my wife is conservative. We brought him out here because he thought it was like a boo haunted house. And we're like, Roger, it's not like that. He bugged and bugged and bugged to come out here, so we brought him out here, and we caught him in the timeout room, which I'll show you by the attic. And we're like, what are you doing? The voices told me to come here. He's got the IQ of a 12-year-old.
wow.
Yeah, they told him to get in the closet, get out, get away.
From the building itself?
From inside the building when he was walking around here.
Wow.
And he didn't even know it was a place like
No,
this. He thought it was like
he thought it was a Halloween haunted house. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Well, you want to see the attic or end at the
Sure.
attic? Oh.
They're gonna go upstairs. Somebody's gonna get sick to their stomach because it doesn't want them in there.
Okay.
Okay, watch. Okay, I had to tell you something was gonna happen. I had to tell you something was gonna happen, so
It really is like a maze in here too.
you'll get it. Okay. Here's that timeout room I was telling you about. We found Roger sitting in this room.
What?
Yep. This is where they used to put the ruly patients, would lock them into here.
What?
You're in a timeout. You're in there.
That is tiny.
Yep.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh.
Okay, here's the attic. Let's see. It's not that bad yet. Be careful of the stairs.
Oh my God.
Now it's hot. Be careful. Okay, remember I told you that Clinton Brown died here? Mm-hmm. Look at the rafters.
Oh, that's from the fire?
From the fire.
That killed him.
Yep.
That is insane. So what year was that?
I don't know.
And lightning?
Josh knows that one. It's a lightning strike fire.
And he died from the fire.
From the smoke.
Started by the lightning. Or
From
the
the
smoke.
smoke. Yeah.
Wow.
Up here, everything you can think of. Knocking, banging, pushing, scratching. You hear stuff behind the walls. I've seen a face develop behind there. We found a beer can and pack of cigarettes and playing cards behind the wall of air. We took it out. Once that happened, he was pissed. Throwing stuff around, stomping, dragging, whatever. And we had a K2 up here. It was hot.
Yeah.
And I said, push it to red and I'll go buy a bottle of whiskey. Went right to red.
Huh.
Inez was up here because we picked up little girls' voices. I said, Inez, push it to red, I'll buy you a teddy bear. Push it right to red. So I bought everything up here, and these investigators started drinking the bottle of whiskey and the cigarettes and stuff like that, so they're slowly replacing it, and everybody offers stuff to him to do his thing.
Wow.
Amazing.
What do you guys feel?
Oh, it's hot,
Yeah.
but just a crazy energy.
Yeah, right?
Just, I don't know.
Anybody feeling any sicknesses, any...
Not yet.
I'm feeling just weak.
Yeah, we better go down.
I'm like, it's like, you
Maybe
can
it's
be,
that.
yeah.
I said, usually when people come up here, whatever's up here wants you out, so they'll give you a stomach ache, make you sick to your stomach, things like that. Get out.
Uh-huh.
but it's hot.
I'm
Yeah.
like pouring sweat down my face.
Yep.
This is definitely a nighttime spot to come.
Like I said, it's 120 degrees up here. Be careful on my steps, don't fall.
So, guys, obviously, like this floor, there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on in this wing specifically. We have Hank's room right here. There's a really cool story, but at the same time, it's very controversial. Again, watch your step here too. I don't want you guys to fall. Jeff, especially since you haven't been up here yet. Sure. But guys, this is very controversial. So I don't even know if you want to keep this in the cut or not.
Yeah,
whatever.
we'll
But
see.
we had the original nursing staff meet me back here at this building one time, which was amazing because they were just going to walk me down memory lane, right? And this is one of the areas they stopped. They told me a very weird, fantastical story that I still don't believe to this day. But what they said was the gentleman that was over here in room 18 pretty much had this whole bed check schedule down to a science. They said that 3 to 4 times a week, usually in the middle of the night, he would sneak across the hall into room 17 here, where he would then sexually assault the gentleman that was in this room. Now, there are over 150 pieces of documentation that would suggest this probably happened, right? It always just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, just because 150 is a lot. 4 is a lot, okay? Like if you knew this were happening, you'd take one of them out of the equation, most likely, but that never happened. I can also tell you just by that small little scope of history in the documentation, they coexisted for at least 5 years. So again, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We were doing an event here with some of the guys from the show Ghost Hunters one night. We were in room 17, we were asking very specific questions, and plain as day over this geoport, it says that never happened. It was very adamant about the fact that this never went on. So obviously I perked up and I said, well, what did happen? He said, I loved him. Then over the next 2 hours, the spirit suggested these two were in fact a couple, loved each other very much. Now I do know any form of sexual anything has to be documented, especially in a facility such as this, which may lend itself to the documentation, but also maybe lend itself to why they weren't separated, because maybe it wasn't an actual issue, but something had to be on the books. It's one of the most fantastic stories I've heard. It's also some of the best EVPs I've ever captured have been from these 2 rooms.
Really?
No lie.
Wow.
No lie.
Well, it's interesting they're right across from each other too.
Bingo.
I mean, you know.
So and again,
And they didn't move them.
nope, they never did. And I think that's the reason why they never moved them, is because they knew what was happening. You know what I mean? So it's really kind of a sweet story, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
they tried to put their spin on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do know this was back in the mid-90s, especially right when it was becoming a little bit more socially acceptable, especially here in Middle America, right? So I don't know, like what was going on with that. It was just rather suspect. So, but yeah.
Wow.
But like, do with that as you please. You know what I mean?
No, that's great.
Okay.
Let me ask you also,
Sure.
before we go up here, what do you think is the scariest part of the whole building?
So my two least favorite sections of this whole place is by far.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I'm gonna knock on the wall real quick. Hello? Okay, so this is very odd, but there's like whispering or something.
I thought that I
It's
heard
like
that.
something. Like I heard the movement anyway. I'm sorry, bro.
Would you just stick the camera
Of course.
up there? Just
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
for a second. See if that mic picks up.
There we go, there we go. It's like moving, it's like walking.
I heard that.
Okay.
It's like maybe like a.
Wild.
It had initially like kind of a several.
Yeah, right when we walked up, I heard that
Wow.
clear.
That's creepy.
So I mean, like literally to answer your question, it's like for me the 2 least favorite places for me to go is the downstairs hallway, that Shadow Man hallway, and the attic for sure. Like it's not fun up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somehow I knew that would be your answer.
Right.
That's how we were teaching. You should stick the static in.
Oh, that's a great idea. Plus, it might save you from sweating so bad.
What's the story?
Okay, so
What?
I just want to find out what the story was because I'm sitting there at the bottom of the stairs. And I said, I have a really different smell.
Yep.
And then she said, like BO.
Yeah.
And then she said you told some kind of a story.
Yeah, that's what he said before to us, that you smell BO
Yeah,
down
definitely
there.
right there I
That's
did.
interesting.
Right now I did.
That's interesting. Because, I mean, you and I were...
Do you hear movement down there now?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's... Okay, so
Sorry.
the biggest thing with Malvern Manor, no lie, is the cat and mouse crap. Like, you're going to hear something from where you just came from, and then you're going to go down and address it, and then you're going to hear it from where you just came from. And it's going to be a lot of that. So we don't know what the purpose of the attic was, but there's like trim and baseboards and moldings and paint. Like even the old chimney that stands right in the middle of the room has a paint job on it.
Yeah.
Now, they knocked that chimney down, but guys, like I said before, it's a lot of growling, scratching, disembodied voices telling you things like, I mean, F off, die, I'm Satan himself. So it's not a very welcoming experience at all. Usually people are good for about 30 to 45 minutes before you start to feel physically sick. We've had numerous people toss their cookies up here, for lack of a better term, which makes for a super fantastic day for me. You know what I mean? But I promise you, if you start feeling weird or queasy, like, you will feel 100 times better at the bottom of these stairs, promise. But those footsteps that we were hearing, the whispering that I was hearing as well, like, it's very classic up here. Sometimes it is very audible though, like, will shake you. It is so audible. Like, it will scare you. It will terrify you. So, I don't like to spend a lot of time up here,
But
honestly.
they don't know why this is up here. with
We
all
have
this.
no idea what the purpose was, right?
so
But there
weird.
had to be something. There
Yeah.
had to be something.
Because with the paint and
Yeah, you
everything,
don't upkeep an attic
That's just
that
it.
much.
for just storage.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you put in the time, the effort to maintain something if you're just going to put boxes or
You
whatever?
got like this little space over here,
So
like
these two spaces are like the crawl space areas.
Yeah.
Right? Which, I mean, you can even see, like, if you really look hard, like over here throughout this section over here, they even built right on top of the old roof. You can still see the old shingles, and over here as well. It's really neat, like how they did all of this. But again, like, whatever is back here does not enjoy the company of people. I do not think it's anything demonic necessarily. What I do think is it's almost like peacocking, right? It's trying to make you think it's bigger than what it is. You good? Was it the pipe? Was it
don't like touch the top of my head.
poking?
Yeah, you didn't touch. Oh, that's weird. Anyways,
That's messed up though.
yeah,
that is
yeah. There's no I could even.
No, no,
I
no.
literally felt like someone just went like that on the top of my head.
I get a little more feel up here myself, just
Yeah.
the feel.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like people were, I don't want to say tortured, but I want to say it's more like reprimanded, something in that order, like they're like timeout, they're put up here, that's what I'm feeling.
That's it. So that's where my brain goes to, because every facility also has to have a place. If somebody is a threat to themselves or others,
Right.
they have to have that timeout
Yeah.
section.
Right.
I think they were out of room,
That's how I'm feeling.
and this is where you go.
There's another little closet downstairs, right? That's for timeout.
They also claimed that that was for timeout as well.
But that's small,
Which-
so you
And
can
that's
only
well, that's
fit
at the
one
bottom.
person
That's at the
in
bottom of these stairs
Right,
too.
exactly.
It's right under
and
here.
it's like, I mean, but even that setup makes Harry Potter's place look like the Ritz. You know what I mean? Like, it's so small. It's so small.
And if you put someone up here in the summer
Oh my God.
to punish
No way.
them, to calm them down, you'd
Right.
definitely be wanting to just chill.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah, the
Yep.
negative
It's hot.
energy up here would be intense.
For sure. So,
Wow.
And you just don't like being up here.
I hate it, actually. I do
Really?
not enjoy this at all.
What's your scariest experience up here then, to kind of cap this?
So, up here, I was sitting in a chair like we have over here, but I had put myself back right into this little area, right? So initially I thought I had seen something kind of move. Now, I didn't hear anything to associate that with the movement. So again, I'm not thinking, oh, it was nothing. It was my eyes playing tricks on me or what have you. But no lie, I've seen a face back here. I've seen something in this area right here specifically when you're coming up the stairs or when you're going down the stairs. He will peek out of this specifically. That's next level stuff.
Yeah.
Because it does not look like a, I mean, it looks like a person, but it's almost like gray. I don't know how better to describe it, honestly. Almost like somebody that's very sick, I would suggest, right? Exactly, exactly. That's the most terrifying up here for sure. Now, I've also been physically sick. Now, I was able to make it out of here before I did anything, you know? But I've tried to push it. I try to push my limits as much as I possibly can, and sometimes the attic just gets the better of me, that's for sure. So,
Someone died up here, right, from a fire?
somebody did die in the attic from a fire, yes.
So maybe that's the gray face peeking out.
Possibly.
Oh.
Watch out for your head on those nails.
Oh yeah, I know, they're everywhere too.
Jesus.
But it's very possible.
Yeah.
He'll be the next one to die up here if he
Probably.
boxed his head
After I
backwards. I don't want to
skewer
see
myself,
these.
right?
He's
Josh or Bob.
It's like,
stuck.
Well,
Josh is upstairs.
I'm good to get out of here if you
never
guys are.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that wasn't the end of the interview.
right. So totally spaced this, but another one of the first things that we did was we hired a private detective to really dig up some of the history of the place, right? We also then hired him on for another week to come up here and check out some of these stains and smears that are all along the wall. Now, these stains and smears go throughout the entire hallway. Even here on this door here of room 22, you'll notice it's been kind of smeared into the door. This is probably the most disturbing for me though. It's very obvious. Somebody grabbed a hold of this corner, right? And was probably pulled away in some manner. There's also a very large stain over here as well. And I'll show you one more bit of interest as well. And it's just right here, guys. Almost like splatter, kind of here along the walls. So guys, 3 different tests on 3 separate sections of this hallway. Each time comes back positive for human blood. So I mean, that is what you're observing. So probably don't touch it because it's nasty. But he was also able to tell us that this was the same person, whoever it was, right?
Wow.
Very similar to like the names on the med cabinet downstairs. I don't want to step on toes and make anybody upset, HIPAA violation or anything like that, right? So I said that's probably enough. Like the questions I still have is like how it got here, why it was never cleaned up. Those are also the questions that I'm never going to have an answer to.
And there's no record of any incident?
There's plenty of records of incidents, but we have no idea what caused this.
Usually blood spatter would indicate some kind of struggle or like
absolutely.
violent something happening.
So, and I'll go you one more too. So I've thought to myself, I'm like, I cannot see blood staying on the walls of an active facility. I think that most likely it would be taken care of within 5 minutes tops, honestly, right? I even worked at a school for 7 years and I could tell you that, right? I'm almost suggesting that after the building fell into disuse in 2005, maybe a squatter or something was in here and maybe there was an altercation of some sort. I'm not sure, but it is very interesting.
I mean, literally a bloody fingerprint.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a handprint,
Exactly.
too.
Down here. What's the, that's not
I'm not sure if that's discoloration or if
what
that's
is that?
blood or what, but yeah, it's
right,
pretty
right
nasty.
there.
But it's pretty
Any other
weird.
notable incidents in the history of the building?
I mean, there's tons. I could talk for days. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
like 2 or 3 before we're done, because I'm really interested in like just weird shit that happens.
Sure.
here.
So as far as like owners are concerned, right? It does seem that whoever owns the building usually dies in some very odd way, right? One gentleman that owned the place, for an example, while it was still running as a hotel, literally walks out that front door where we first entered, and right there on the sidewalk just drops dead. Now, it was either a heart attack or an aneurysm, something very fast, like he was dead before he hit the ground, right? There was another gentleman who owned the building, just as an example, went to the family farm to help his father for the weekend, and quite literally had a piece of implement, something, I don't know, whatever, exploded. And as the newspaper quoted, there were, quote, bits and pieces of this gentleman found all throughout, like, the area. Like, they reported on things quite differently than we do nowadays, that is for sure. It's interesting. Like, so I'm always, like, watching my back, you know what I mean? Especially in this place, so it's weird.
Any other patient-on-patient altercations or anything bizarre?
I mean, there's the captain here. Did he talk about him? This is kind of where the captain is experienced the most. Did he talk about the captain?
Not really.
Oh, shit. Okay, so the captain is the gentleman who built this place. This is also the area of the house where he is most experienced. Captain Cullers is his name, Cullers. This is where he's experienced the most, usually after a fair amount of provocation. So I'm not saying people are asking for some of these things that are happening to them, but maybe they're asking for it. He loves to hang out here in room 24, also in this section of the hallway as well. But I mean, this is where he is experienced the most, and usually people are getting scratched quite a bit. Bit, kicked, very odd things. But again, usually after they're provoking for quite some time that he's had enough. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
It's an eerie feeling room, definitely.
Like, I've never had an issue with the captain, right? I'm also the guy that just cuts the grass and stocks the toilet paper, you know what I mean? But maybe there's a mutual respect here. Like, I certainly don't try to push his buttons, but he also seems to leave me alone for the most part too, so.
Wow.
But it could be noteworthy, I don't know.
He respects you because you take care of the place.
Maybe that's it. Maybe, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess at the end of the day, you would consider this to be a pretty frightening building.
This building was so noteworthy that when I first walked into this place, right? Like,
Sounded like a
that was like a girl sing-songy type.
Yes, it was.
Right?
It was a.
Ask again.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yes.
That is
Right.
exactly.
But
I know that came on the cameras.
Yeah,
no, that
it
was.
had to have.
I know you guys picked that up.
Oh my gosh. Is there any girls' rooms over here?
I mean, there's Inez.
Oh my God, we're right by her room.
It sounded like it came behind
that
you.
was like a little girl.
That.
Wow.
So, another thing. This doll here, because Johnny Hauser hates me, right? This was in the Velisca house for 15 years. Like this
Really?
doll right here. So this is also the same room where Ginger jumped off that table that's right here. So, I mean, guys.
That's
what the
insane
hell
that we
was
just heard
that? That was audible as hell.
Yeah.
Like clear as
Yeah, that was
day.
definitely there. That was just like,
Oh my God.
Wow.
I mean,
And it came from over here.
welcome, I guess. I don't know what to say like to you guys, but yeah. Again, like this building was so significant that when I first walked in, we had experienced more in the first 2 hours than we had in the last 2 years. Now this is my job, like to film and document just weird stuff, right? So this building threw me for a loop and I was obsessed with it from that point on. So, I mean, here we are, you know, it's super weird though.
Wow.
God, that was just very, very weird though, right? Like this is like,
Right when you were saying like this place is
Yeah,
intense, like
Yeah.
you hear like a
I'm excited, man.
I hope so too. I'm excited for
very
you.
excited.
I'm also kind of hot as shit.
Yeah.
Right, like it screws back down where it's going. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna stop finding things to talk about.
We just shot that whole clip and the mic was not working.
Was the mic working on the other ones?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but it was just not. I just reset it and it
Weird.
just started filming
Weird.
me. Yes. Well, that was weird. I handed the mic or the camera to Courtney. The mic was on, and then I looked at it and it was not receiving the audio, and I just turned it on and off, and then it's on again.
That's so strange.
But this is a weird building. Essentially, what we were just saying is like coming down here, even in the daytime, it's like there are just these pockets of darkness. Even like this, it's like you can almost feel.
Yeah, I get really dark
Yeah.
energy from this part.
Like it's like it just charged in here for some reason.
Yeah.
And
this is in the daytime.
yeah, when the sun sets here on Malvern Manor, I just have a feeling it's gonna become almost like a supercharged battery. And like we haven't even seen this place in the dark.
Yeah.
And to tell people online too, it's not like we always are trying to investigate at night. It's just, you know, we flew in, we got to South Dakota at midnight last night, got up today, made the 3.5-hour drive down here, shot 3 hours of interviews. Now we're gonna eat, and by the time we start investigating, it's gonna be dark. And go back to the blood area.
Yeah. I feel like I get like, I seriously get like a tightness in my chest walking around up here.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell that.
It's almost like you can
Shit
feel
went
like a person's energy.
Yeah.
Like if you were to walk by one of these doors and there
Yeah.
was somebody standing in the room, it's like you can almost feel that, you know?
Right?
Like somebody like you pass right here and you can almost see someone right here.
Yes, it's like there's someone in each room.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so many stories that could have happened here too. Like
It's genuinely like, even Josh was saying, they don't even know half of the stuff that happened
no.
because it's, I get like a creepy,
I get a really creepy vibe.
bad vibe over here.
Me too. Oh my god, when it's dark, this is going to be terrifying.
Yeah, and this is just the light.
Yeah.
This is me saying, my name is Colin, I'm here with Courtney. Whoever is here in the building, tonight we have not come to play any games. So, if you are here, tonight's the night. Whether you're a human, you consider yourself to not be a human. What?
I just feel like I heard something moving behind me.
I thought so too. This room is f***ing creepy over here.
I know. This is
Whether you're a human or not, I'm just this room, I just got huge chills. There's something about the way all these dolls are set up and this lighting it's like they're like looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever you are, when the sun sets tonight, I want you to come out and contact us because we're not afraid of you. We don't want to harm you. We just want to tell your story. So if you want your voice to be heard tonight, we're here to listen. But when the sun comes out, we're not going to play any games. We'll be here, and we're ready.
Yes, we are.
So,
Yeah, let's find her. Explain what just happened. Mary just
Oh,
walked off.
Well, yeah.
You walked out. You didn't see her.
I did not see her.
You thought you saw her go out.
I thought I did. I thought I saw her go through the kitchen
Yeah.
and while we were chatting.
No, this is Mary.
But you went out and she's not out there.
She's not out there.
Okay, let me
Like-
just,
Mary?
Mary?
Because we
She
just
wasn't down there,
no,
we just
we were
went
just down. You got creeped out.